Well, hello there. My name is Ella Jo Baker. I was born December 13th, 1903 in Newport, Virginia. As a young lady growing up in North Carolina, my grandmother was a big influence on me. She told me stories of slavery and her life as a slave, and these stories developed a sense of social justice in me. In 1927, I graduated from Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina. While I was there, I was able to change many classroom rules that I found to be unfair. I graduated at the top of my class and was named valedictorian. Then I moved to New York City. While in New York City, I joined the Young Negroes Cooperative League in 1930, along with several women's organizations. I was committed to economic justice for everyone. I once said, people cannot be free until there is enough work in this land to give everyone a job. I was truly inspired by the Montgomery bus boycott, and in 1940 I co-founded the NAACP to raise money to fight against Jim Crow laws in the Deep South. I worked as a field secretary at first, and by 1941 I became the director of branches and held that position until 1946. I resigned from my position because I had to take care of my niece, Jackie Brookington, and being director required too much travel. In 1957, I moved to Atlanta to help organize Martin Luther King Jr.'s Southern Christian Leadership Conference. I also ran a voter registration campaign called Crusade for Citizenship. When I heard about the sit-ins in Greensboro, North Carolina on February 1st, 1960, it hit home for me. I realized that young activists are a resource and that our youth is an asset to the movement. I wanted to assist, so I left LCLC. That April, I organized a meeting at Shaw University, my alma mater. The meeting was for student leaders of the sit-ins in North Carolina. And out of this meeting, SNCC was born. SNCC stood for the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. We believed and practiced the Gandhian theory, which is based on nonviolent but direct action. Using this method, members of SNCC, along with members of the Congress of Racial Equality, CORE, organized the Freedom Riders in 1961. I always believed that the key to freedom was the right to vote, and I fought for this passionately. In 1964, SNCC helped create Freedom Summer. It was an effort to focus national attention on racism in Mississippi and to register black people to vote. SNCC became one of the foremost advocates for human rights in the country, and I was so proud to be a part of such an influential group and such an important movement. I once said, "This may only be a dream of mine, but I think it can be made real." I was given the nickname Fundi, which is a Swahilian word meaning a person who teaches a craft to the next generation. When people ask me how I got people to join and support me, I would tell them the major job was getting people to understand that they had something within their power that they could use, and it could only be used if they understood what was happening and how group action could counter violence. My journey through life ended on the same day that it began. On December 13th, 1986, my 83rd birthday, I passed away. I died knowing that I influenced a generation that would carry on my work and that my efforts in seeking equal rights would not die with me. Well, that's my life in a nutshell. It was great talking to y'all, but I gotta get on out of here. So once again, My name is Ella Jo Baker. Thank y'all for listening. Bye bye.